Hi everyone, it's Catherine here from Budgeting My Way, and I've got my first paycheck of July to go through. I have done some pre-planning, so I've got all my numbers ready just to write onto the paycheck bill tracker. They're on a scrap of paper off to my right. I've got my new envelopes ready, so I've used some old Stampin' Up papers. I've reinforced the edges with sellotape on quite a few areas because that's what I found last time. Wasn't holding up to a whole month of usage, especially not on those that you use on a almost daily basis, like food and the car, etc. When you start putting coins in, they tend to sort of start to want to pull apart, so I have slightly changed the design of them so that there's an overlap, and also so that I've reinforced the edges with sellotape. So I've not yet got the trackers on the back, that'll be something I'll do later. So those are my normal envelopes. I've got my cash out ready because, as I said, I've done pre-planning, so I knew what to get out of the bank. And I've also got all my sinking funds here ready for the ones that I'm going to put some money into from today's paycheck. Not all of them get funded on this one. Most of them get funded on the other one, but I will start us off. So this is the paycheck for 15th of July. And the main income will be my husband's salary, which I had estimated at 1860. I actually know it's come in at 1866.77. So I'm just going to leave that 677 as a little bit of additional cushion for the accounts. Now, this month we are having to use some of my husband's overdraft because I'm splitting it between this paycheck and the next paycheck, because my next paycheck is going to be less than it normally is. So we're having to use some of his overdraft with the intention of, in August, when my paycheck comes through, it'll be for 6 weeks worth of work. So I'll be able to pay that back straight away. So there's £200 of income coming from that. And I'm not intending to use any more than that. And that's all the income that we have for this time. So that's £2,060. So I'm going to write out the bills that are fixed expenses, so that'll then determine how much I've got left to fund the cash envelopes, which I'm only funding a little bit of each, and the sinking funds that we're going to fund. And then if there's any extra debt or extra savings, they would come later. This month there won't be, but that's where I'm at. So I'll probably pop you into fast forward so you're not just sitting watching me write. Okay, so that's all the bills. So the majority of our household bills come out of my husband's paycheck, and they all come out of his account. So most of these are house things. The slight difference is we have now set up a savings account for my husband to pay in this month for the first time, which is £50. Now I know that some people might say, well, why have you got £50 and 41 as a cushion? You could actually have less coming out of the overdraft. But I just find it much better that I'm getting myself sorted. I know exactly what's going into the savings because I have a very distinct, this is very much a very short-term loan. Okay, got interrupted by my daughter coming down. So, I'm back again. So, told you about the savings. What else is in here? Is there anything else in here that's different? No, I think everything else is the same as normal. But I am allowing a cushion of £41 because what I've discovered is that we are using the card a little bit when we've forgotten to take money out with us. So that means that there's not quite as much that we have to then try and fiddle around getting the cash back into the account. So I'm leaving a bit more generous of a cushion than I have done previously. So this leaves me with £295 to play with. So I did say I wasn't going to be putting much into my envelopes this month, on this paycheck, and most of it will be funded out of the next paycheck, which is only in a few days' time. But I am putting, leftovers £295, but I am putting 100 into the food, into the fun. We're putting 30. Because I know that my husband wants to go out possibly on Friday night, so we need a little bit of money in there. Car, that's now costing us a little bit more money because we've got to pay for car parking as well as petrol. So we did end up having to put some petrol in last month, just before this paycheck, from last month's paycheck, that was extra to what we'd budgeted. But I am aware that we are going to need a little bit more in car, so I'm going to have to just keep an eye on that because that might well be an ongoing thing. And house we're putting 50. So 150, 220. Okay, so that leaves us with 75. I did say I wasn't putting much into sinking funds again from this paycheck. But we have a new sinking fund that is for tickets and gigs, because actually I've realised that that's something that we both like to spend money on, buying tickets for things, for family events usually, but sometimes it's individually, and we need a little bit of money for that. And Mother's Day and Father's Day we haven't saved for before. I've added a few new sinking funds this month. Now the other thing is, it is a sinking fund because this is to pay all of the annual bills when they, or the larger 6 monthly bills, so things like the management company for the leasehold of the property, and the our Toyota Club membership, things like Amazon Prime I paid for last month out of my paycheck. Well, £80 is quite a lot to find within a month, so I've decided that we're going to split it up and do these as other sinking funds, but I'm not actually doing this as cash. The money is going to be transferred into a separate savings account, which we're calling our sinking fund savings. Okay, so that's going to go as £25 in towards that. So the £25 is really to cover what I'm hoping will be next time we come to pay car insurance. That's going to cover some of that, rather than us paying slightly more by having to pay per month. If we can pay it all in one go, that'll make it a lot easier as well. So that adds up to £75, which leaves us with £0. And as I said at the beginning, I knew I was not going to get anything to go into extra debt or extra savings this month. I mean, strictly speaking, we are making extra savings to what we've usually done, but I've set this up now as a direct debit, so that £50 each month is going into that, and that's to try and build up so we've got an emergency fund, which is not something we've really had before. So I'm being really strict on what we're spending money on at the moment in order to try and bolster some of those things, and also really going to start on the next paycheck, which is the one in a couple of days. We'll start saving for things like our Disney holiday, which is our main big focus for saving at the moment. So there was 2,060 income, and then gone out of that is 1,765 in fixed bills, 220 towards cash envelopes, and 75 towards sinking funds, which equals £0 because we're working with a zero-based budget. Okay, so it's time to cash envelope stuff now. So I've got my money out, sorted it out into the different denominations. So food needs 100, so that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 into food. Normally they'd have trackers on the back and I'd write how much was on, but I've not yet done those. Okay, fun. So that's £30 for the hubby to go to the pub. Maya is the next envelope, but I'm not funding that out of this one. Car, £40. Possibly I need that to actually be in smaller denominations in future, and I need to think a bit smarter, just because the car park are usually paying change. But for the moment that'll do. The house, I'm putting 50 towards the house. So that's a full month's what we fund into our house envelope. So, sorry, let's just check. 40, 50, yeah. Into the house envelope. And I'm not putting anything into miscellaneous this month. Which actually makes me think I've gone a bit wrong with my money somewhere. Okay, so that then leaves our sinking funds that we need to pay. So tickets and gigs. Again, I've made an envelope out of old Stampin' Up paper, and again I've reinforced the edges. So 46 going into that's 20, 40, 45, 46 going into tickets and gigs. Now this is a rolling sinking fund, so it's not one that's for a specific event at this point. Because we haven't got a specific event that we really want tickets for, but I think once I've got it up to say about £250, I'm then going to stop funding it, and then as we use it, start funding it again. That's the intention, is to just have it as a 250 quid sitting there so that we can buy tickets for events. Okay. And then the other two sinking funds are Mother's Day and Father's Day. So let me find them. So Mother's Day and Father's Day. And there's a theme here, yet more old Stampin' Up papers. So that's £2 into the Father's Day one, and £2 into the Mother's Day one. So there's not a huge amount that we're saving for that. This is money that we can then give to our daughter and say, right, go and get a Mother's Day present, go and get a Father's Day present, etc. Because we never expect very much for our Mother's Day and Father's Days. So that's all of the cash eked out between the saving funds and the cash envelopes. I'm obviously going to go and check my receipts to try and work out why I've got an extra £20. And make sure that that goes into the right place, so that I don't end up with a problem somewhere along the lines. And that is my paycheck bill tracker for the 15th of July pay. So as I say, very soon I'll be doing another one of these, because my salary comes in and this month is on the 19th of July. So there'll be another one of these very soon, and that's the one that stuffs the envelopes the most with more cash. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It lets me and YouTube know that you enjoyed watching it. I have still not filmed that debt video that I'm intending to do. I'm still intending to do it. Just need to get myself organised. Maybe this afternoon will be the afternoon, maybe not. We'll see. So I'm going to go and edit this video now and upload it as soon as I can. Until next time, this has been Catherine from Budgeting My Way. Bye.